Hey guys, tonight we step into a quiet world, one where my heart races, but my footsteps must remain silent. I am Miriam, and tonight I walk beside my newborn brother, though not in his cradle, but along the gentle current of the Nile. The reeds brush softly against my fingers as I follow the small basket that carries him, my tiny brother Moses, his life suspended on the water. It's the kind of story that reminds you how small we are next to God's plans. Feel free to like or subscribe if you enjoy these stories, but no pressure, just relax and listen. Where are you right now as you hear this? What time graces your sky tonight? Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. I remember the night Pharaoh's decree reached our ears. Every household of our people shivered, and I shivered along with them, though I was only a child. My parents whispered in the dark, their voices airing both fear and resolution. I could sense Yochebed's determination, a quiet strength I had always admired in my mother. She cradled my baby brother, speaking softly, her hands trembling slightly, but steady enough to hide her fear. Every Hebrew mother in our city faced the same terrible choice, yet here she was, shaping hope into a fragile reed basket. Scholars say that even in moments of great danger, the smallest acts of faith ripple out in ways we cannot yet measure. I watch her weave each reed with careful fingers, imagining the water that will carry him, imagining the soft, unseen hand of God guiding each placement.
As my mother placed Moses into the basket, I pressed my small hands together, praying silently. I noticed how the early morning air clung to my skin, the Nile reflecting the faint blush of dawn, and the gentle lapping of the river seemed to echo my heartbeat. It's strange how absence can feel like presence. I feel him breathing, tiny and warm, yet I know I cannot reach him. Some believe this was a miracle within a miracle, the smallest vessel holding the weight of an entire future. I linger at the riverbank, willing my courage to stretch farther than I thought it could, as if my faith alone could protect him until the first curious eyes of the day appear. I step carefully, hiding behind reeds, watching the basket drift along the gentle current. The river carries him with a quiet purpose, as if it too knows the weight of what it bears. I can almost see the future unfolding in these soft ripples. A leader, a deliverer, one who will carry our people beyond fear and oppression. The sunlight begins to shimmer on the water, and I feel a warmth brush my cheek, a whisper of comfort. The air smells of fresh reeds and morning mist, the soft rustle of leaves adding a gentle rhythm to my vigil. Scholars note that the Nile was both life-giver and danger in our culture. I now feel both in this single silent stretch of river.
And then, as if the world itself pauses, I see her, a princess of Egypt, stepping closer, her eyes soft with curiosity. Pharaoh's daughter leans toward the basket, reaching with care and wonder. My heart leaps, and yet I must remain unseen. Her gaze lingers on my brother, but not with harsh judgment, only fascination and a hint of compassion. It's extraordinary to watch a human choice align with divine intent, quietly, without fanfare. I crouch low, imagining the conversations she must have with herself, the gentle conflict of curiosity and responsibility. Every ripple seems to carry the hush of eternity, each a reminder that God's plan often moves through the hands of ordinary people. I watch as she lifts Moses from the water, his small fingers curling instinctively around the edge of the basket, tiny knuckles pressing against the woven reeds. I imagine the astonishment in her heart, the surprise turning soft, careful, protective. Even from behind the reeds, I feel the tenderness, the quiet miracle of mercy in her choice. This is a day that will ripple across time. I can feel it in the rhythm of my pulse, in the way the sun now warms the reeds, and my mother's courage still echoes along the banks. Some believe this was the moment where the world first learned that small, gentle acts of faith can carry enormous weight. As she lifts him closer, I notice every detail: the basket's worn reeds, the sunlight glinting on the water, the faint scent of the river mingled with lilies and mud, the careful way she shields him from the eyes of others. I hold my breath, afraid of even the softest snap of a twig. And then she smiles, a simple human smile, acknowledging a life far beyond her own plans, a life in God's hands. I can feel the currents of destiny flowing around us, soft and patient, as if the river itself whispers reassurance that Moses will grow and one day lead, though today he rests in her gentle care. I linger there, rooted in awe, remembering every secret glance, every rustle of the reeds. I realize that this moment, though fleeting, is immense in quiet power. Moses' life begins not with trumpets or announcements, but with calm courage, careful love, and the subtle movements of the river under God's watchful eye. Even as Pharaoh's city awakens to its morning routines, the basket drifts, carrying hope and possibility. I tuck myself behind a clump of reeds and whisper a soft prayer, thankful for courage, for divine timing, and for the fragile beginnings that can shift the course of nations.
And as I finally retreat, keeping my distance, I remember the texture of the basket under my fingers, the gentle rush of water over the reeds, and the warmth of God's presence threading through everything. I sense that even though Moses is now lifted into the palace, the story has only begun. Every moment of care, every quiet act of faith, every subtle gesture ripples forward. And I'm Miriam, witness it all. Not from the forefront of power, but from the quiet riverbank, where hope floats gently, where courage whispers, and where God's plan begins to take shape in ways only He can fully see.
And now, as the last warmth of the morning settles over the Nile, you can feel the hush lingering in the air. The basket has been lifted. Moses is safe. And yet the river's gentle rhythm reminds you that even after a miracle, life flows slowly, tenderly, one moment at a time. You imagine the soft rustle of reeds, the faint call of birds, and the delicate sparkle of sunlight on water, and you let your own breath match that calm pace. I remember standing behind the reeds, feeling small yet part of something immense, understanding that beginnings are often quiet, subtle, and hidden from view. Just like Moses, each of us has moments carried by unseen hands, guided with care and protected in ways we might not notice at first. It's a gentle reminder that even the smallest actions, love, courage, faith, can shape destinies beyond our comprehension. So, as you drift closer to sleep, let the soft hum of the Nile and the quiet bravery of my mother and I settle around you. Feel the calm assurance that God's care surrounds you too, that beginnings are sacred, and that every heartbeat is part of a larger, gentle story. Rest in the knowledge that even in stillness, hope moves and light follows.